So, where should I begin? It's Sunday. I'm sitting at home watching football, and I'm just thinking about my YouTube page and just saying to myself, Mike, your page is all over the place. You have your HGTV stuff, you have your how to videos, you have your painting videos, you talk about crypto. You need to focus on one thing that you are really truly passionate about that you can just continue talking about. And no matter what happens in life, there's one thing that I am truly 100% passionate about, and that's personal finance. And to get the story why, you kind of have to understand my backstory. And by no means I grew up rich. I was born into poverty, a single mom, lived with her for a while, lived with my grandmother, then my great grandmother until she passed, and then I lived with my great grand aunt until I went to college. During that time, I went to public school, and I will never forget this. In seventh grade, this teacher literally changed my life. He had one of his Wall Street friends come to the class, and this particular person broke us up into groups and told us to pick out stocks and companies. And he'll come back in about 2 weeks to see who or which group made the most money. Now, I was a nerd. When I say I was a nerd, glasses, braces, everything. And I just always read about different business stuff. If you asked me at that time who was your greatest influence or who you looked up to, I would have said Bill Gates because I literally loved Microsoft, the company. But during that class session, I picked out the stocks. I can remember I picked out Yahoo, I picked out Microsoft, Apple, and maybe some other companies that I knew at that time. And then when 2 weeks came around, the guy came back and our group made the most, fake money. And I was just blown away. I was just thinking I made money without having to do anything. And that's what really got my spark to get into business in the stock market. Fast forward to high school, I had an economics teacher who also understood the stock market, and he had this weekly stock market game where you can go online, pick stocks, whoever made the most money made the most money. And consistently I was just making the most money. And until a couple of students found out that you can game the system by looking at the pre-market and seeing what stocks was about to pop, and then you'll make a whole bunch of money. So then, we didn't win anything, but that's something that also intrigued my interest when it came to finances and the stock market. So now I'm in college. I did a double major in economics and communication. And while I was at school, I joined an organization where I soon became the president of for 3 years. And it was called Minority Investors Network. And we would literally just talk about finance, personal finance, stocks, options, credit cards, you name it. I probably taught people how and what it is. I can really remember just telling people like, you need to get into Apple, you should buy Netflix, you should buy all these stocks that I knew was going to blow up either right then and there or at least in the future. And there's still some people that contact me like, yo, Mike, I should have listened to you when it came to those stocks because we'll be just as rich as you and stuff like that. And, I always love just helping people with their problems when it came to finances and money. And to further my entrepreneurial spirit, I started a company while I was at school called Presidential Travel Agency. And then people just shorten it for Prez Travel, which is where you get my name, Prez. And basically, I did the same thing, just help people, especially college students, because college students don't have that much money to book a trip for them where, obviously the airfare, but then also get maybe a big house for them to stay in. So then you break up the cost and it'll be a lot cheaper per person as opposed to going to a big fancy resort or having them handle it on their own. And a lot of people say today, like, you was Airbnb before it was Airbnb. And who knows, I could have been a billionaire, but I'll settle for whatever millions I have. But it just comes to my thing of just helping people with a problem. And that problem always tend to be personal finance or money related. So that's my kind of origin story when it comes to why I want to start this page and just talk to people about personal finance and how to make money. And I think if I was able to have a person who just changed my trajectory when it came to my understanding of finances, I hope to be the same thing to you. I truly believe that it is unfair that there's a small minority of people that can gamify the system and make off with a huge amount of wealth. I work in New York City, I work in finance, and our clients, we charge them more money per hour than what the average person makes in a week. And I think that's truly unfair to have people who already know how to deal with money and who already have money just to make more money. I think there's enough money to go around where everyone can at least learn how to obtain more of it, and then also how to manage it a lot better. And that's something that I truly wish that I can teach everyone in the world, but I'm going to start here with you on YouTube, and that's going to be my main focus. And I want to be able to come back to this video, and in case if I get off kiltered or not motivated, to see why I started it. And I hope you can do the same for me. Hey, Mike, you making a video talking about cars, or you talking about, I don't know, the ocean or something. Like, go back to where you came from. Oh, wow, that sounded bad. I want you to come back and say, Mike, you started this page about personal finance. Continue talking about personal finance. You're really good at this. So let's keep each other accountable. And I promise you that I'm going to do the best that I can to give you the information. I'm not going to charge you for any of this information. I'm not going to have a course saying, hey, buy my course so you can learn how to do this. Like, why? It baffles me that people will prey on people to get information that is very common and basic. I don't think that people should have to pay to know this information. It's something that can change not only your life, but maybe future generations that you know or have a direct link to lives as well. If I do decide to do a course, just know that I'm going to have a discount code that is going to have 100% free. Like, I might charge it, but I'm going to say there's a discount code, just get it for free. And if you don't get the discount code and you don't want to use it, rather, I'll give you a personal finance talk over the phone or online, video chat, what have you, if you really want to have like a really one-on-one thing. But you really don't have to. You can easily just go in the comments section and ask me a question and I will answer it. I love answering questions. I hope to help. If I don't have the answer, which is kind of very unlikely, if I don't, I'll definitely guide you to where you can get that information. But this video is for the start of a new beginning. And I hope that I can just help at least one other person out there to make better financial choices. At least one other person out there to make a little bit more money. And at least one other person out there to be happy with their financial situation. But again, thank you for watching this video to the entirety. If you want to stay abreast on what I'm going to talk about, just make sure you subscribe and like this video, because it will help out this channel, not only for me to be motivated, but it'll be reachable to other people who might see this video and might want to have some inspiration. So this is the start of a new journey. I'm not scared, because I don't get scared. I jump out of planes, when bungee jumping. I don't get scared. I just get really anxious for what the future can entail. So till next time, peace.